Yo, this is Too Real Sports where we keep it way too real.
Unapologetic, unbiased, uncensored up in this piece.
Yes. And first, I would like to say sorry to the Raptors coach who reminded me of Day from Friday. Got fired on his day off. How you get fired after you win?
Craig.
I said Day, my fault. Yeah, Craig. Damn, I messed the whole spiel up. But yeah, like Craig. Damn, you got fired. That's messed up, man. It's cold blooded, and it's about to look like it's gonna get colder for Cavs fans.
Yo, it's about to be freezing cold for Cavs fans.
What's going on?
They about to really get cold selling boxes.
So of course we're gonna talk about the NBA and
NBA Eastern Conference Finals. Get a little bit into that. Actually, we're gonna dive all the way into that.
Yeah. We're gonna get a lot into that. Pause.
Man.
We're gonna talk about the Yankees, our favorite Yankees team of all time. Shout out Rob Parker. He wrote an article for the Shadow League about talking about this Yankee group being the best ever, and that just sparked us to think, what's our favorite group of all time with the Yankees? And then sports politics. I'm gonna talk about why I believe championships really don't matter. They're really not that big of a deal. I mean, they're cool. It's a nice thing, you know, but there's so much more to the pie of being a great player than having championships. But let's get into this Eastern Conference Finals and the Cavs. Talk to me, my brother.
Game one narrative was LeBron.
Which one? You know, it's so many narratives.
The most amplified one I seen, the most ridiculous one I seen. It was a fill-out game. All year, these people, these analysts, these people, these LeBronians, these fans, these overzealous fans who just sit there and just gouge out his numbers and just be drooling. They said it's a fill-out game, but the whole year they've been sitting here telling me about his teammates, the inconsistent help, about how he doesn't have the help, the inconsistency, about they not there enough, they don't do enough. Even after the trade, even after the trade, they were sitting there. They don't like the trade. They don't like even throughout the first round of the playoffs. It was like the help. LeBron got to do this. You got to have it 40, blah blah blah. Raptors came around. It was no fill-out game then. It was just he's hitting all these buzzer beaters. He got more than Mike now. What you saying? He's clutch. But now game on, it's a fill-out game because he sat there and had 15 points, 7 turnovers, and whatever he did. First of all, now LeBron James is boxing now, right? Now he's Floyd Mayweather. He's filling out rounds. And that's what he's doing.
Word.
What time do you have on your side if your teammates is inconsistent? They bad teammates. They don't give you no help. What time do you have in the Eastern Conference Finals, especially a team against like Boston? How they been playing and with a coach like that? That you have time to feel shit out and to just sit there and just be passive and non-aggressive. Mm-hmm. That shit was an easy day at the park for for the Boston defense. They're the number one defense in the league all year. Mm-hmm. All year, they in the same way in the playoffs, number one team. It was an easy day in the park for them. The Cavs had like 83, 86 points. Yeah, LeBron put no kind of pressure on them. They was chilling. No kind of pressure. He was passing the ball, passive, to feeling it out. I don't want to hear that, man. There's no time for that. And that's the narrative everybody want to run with. That's the narrative, these ESPNs, these Fox Sports ones, these analysts, they get paid millions to defend. That's what they ran with. And that's the excuse they sitting here giving for the so-called king, for the so-called greatest of all time, or second greatest player of all time. Like, it's ridiculous, man. It's horrible, and it's real frustrating at this point. But, hey, they're going to keep on sitting there trying to believe what they believe, and then the facts is going to keep on being displayed in front of you, whether they want to believe it or not.
Yeah, it's bad to put, I guess, just some sort of semi-positive spin for LeBron on this. It's really a lose-lose situation at this point. You know, you lose to the young Celtics who you shouldn't lose to. It looks bad. You go to the finals, you're going to get swept. You're going to be 3-7 in the finals. It looks bad. I don't blame. It's no one's fault but his. You know what I'm saying? So I don't give no excuse for that. But he is in a lose-lose situation. Now with the two games that I saw, like you were saying in Boston, for me, he's not engaged enough for me. It's just body language. a star player, to me, your team has to feed off the star player. You know what I'm saying? And so the 21, you start out with the 21, and then you just fall asleep. You just go to sleep. You have 21 for the rest of the game. I don't want to hear anything about being tired. I don't want to hear anything about he might have had a concussion. I don't want to hear any. You got to do what your team needs. You got the help you got from Kevin Love. You got the help from Kyle Korver. If you really look at the details of these games, you know, people are quick to tell you J.R. Smith went 0 for 7. Look at the 7 shots J.R.'s taken. They're late shot clock contested jump shots because Bron dictates the ball and trying to get assists, what I think, because I think maybe his overall goal to be the GOAT is to win in statistics. That's his way of, so that's kind of his championship. So he has to win on those terms. So when you talk about these players not engaged and not doing, the last game LeBron had the ball 57% of the time. For the season, he averaged 31%. To me, that's not him doing everything. That's him choosing to do everything. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because he has to dictate how they win. And now it's backfiring. It worked for some years and it's backfiring. Now, the funny thing about the help is, right, and I just hate putting Michael Jordan in anything, but tell me if I'm wrong. Dwayne Wade and Kyrie Irving is better than Scottie Pippen.
Hands down. Hands down. They trying to point out Scottie Pippen was a 50. Scottie Pippen was not an all-time 50 greatest player. No, not at all.
And then tell me if I'm wrong, and I choose the Bulls team, what was it, that 98 team, as the greatest team of all time.
And the 172?
Yeah.
That was 96.
96? All right, yeah. My bad. Yeah, 98 was the last of the three peats, right? Yeah. My fault. Besides Scottie Pippen, who we just said is not Kyrie Irving, Dwayne Wade level, Dennis Rodman, who really just was, I mean, he was a great player. I would love to have him on my team, but he's not even Klay Thompson or whoever third place. You know, he's not. So Michael Jordan didn't have a great team. Luke Longley is no great. You know what I'm saying? Steve Kerr is no great. Tony Kukoc is no great. You know, he did it with a team before that. B.J. Armstrong was no great. Horace Grant is no great. So I don't know where we all of a sudden start creating these narratives.
You forgot Stacey King.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't get how we start creating these things when we need LeBron James to have all it. Now, if we talking about the Warriors, you got me. You got me.
But he's had to help versus. He's had his 3 players versus the Warriors in the Lords last year, 4-1 in 5 games.
But the Celtics, come on, not the Celtics. I'm not trying to hear that. Jason Tatum, we both are very high on him. I think he has superstar potential. He's not a superstar right now. So he's not supposed to be losing to a team where Jason Tatum is. And now really I think this is all Brad Stevens. Mm-hmm. Brad Stevens. This guy's a genius. Best coach in the NBA.
Hands down.
Best coach in the NBA. And y'all messed up and ain't give him no vote.
That was straight hate. That was
messed up and ain't give him no vote. And now look what he had to do.
That was straight hate.
Best coach in the NBA. And I think that's what this is really all about. This is really about how great Brad Stevens is. And he's beating LeBron in this chess game.
And it's being won defensively. Because it's not like...
Yes.
Like besides the first game, like they kept up offensively the game too. But what happened was defensively... It was horrible. I forgot what station pointed out, but the Cavs had 11 non-contested shots compared to Boston's like 56 or something like that.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
I think they scored 56. It was like 25 shots or something. And
then it's crazy because now since we've been doing this podcast now, I've been taping the games just to go back and then looking at a couple of things because I don't do the analytics.
Worldwide show. We a worldwide show now. Because they can see us in any country.
That's a fact.
Yeah, my bad.
So I don't do the analytics thing, but they will point it out, and I'll go back to something. So after I saw that, I went back to it, and it seemed like LeBron reverted back to how he was playing defense the previous series, like as if he was guarding Ibaka or one of those bumps, something like that. Like he went back to playing that free safety shit. Like he was just sitting there, like kind of in the middle, and all of a sudden Jalen Brown would have a wide open 3. Mm-hmm. Like it's not gonna happen if your best player on the court is not playing defense. They gonna I keep on saying like this. We quoting Julius Boone from Remember the Titans. Attitude reflect leadership. Mm-hmm. And he's sitting there not playing defense. He's not closing out. You're not running down your man like it's not the Eastern Conference Finals. You're not about to be down 0-2. nobody can sit there and follow suit. They're not playing defense. They playing horrible defense, and and it's like the roles are reversed. When Jaylen Brown see LeBron, he sees blood. He sees the green light. He goes at him like come here, bum. Like you're not doing that. He's not scared at all. That's one thing about these young Celtics. They not scared, man. They not scared at all.
Nah, they not. And I think that Brad Stevens.
You
know what I'm saying? He is the new pop brain. You know, he's that to the next level of it. Yeah, and so I just want to make this very, very clear that we are not LeBron haters per se. If I just talk personally, I love watching LeBron. I think LeBron has the highest basketball IQ I've ever seen. I love him, watching him pick apart defenses. That's why I personally don't think he can coach with a high-profile coach like a Popovich, because he's his own basketball brain, and I think he's smarter than 90% of the coaches out there. But it's just a perspective thing for me. I have no emotional bias to him or 99% of players in the NBA, because besides, of course, Russell Westbrook, we might know. But besides that, it's just I just love basketball. I love sports. And I'm just telling you what I see. So I just want to make that very clear. No LeBron hater.
That's a fact. It's the same thing with me. I tell people all the time, I think LeBron's the top 10 player of all time. I think he's an all-time great. I think he's the best player in the league today. I think he's the best player of his generation. I just think I talk about him in the proper context. That's all it is. And another thing,
proper context.
Yeah, the proper context. Like, I don't talk that he's the greatest ever. I don't talk he's better than Kobe. I don't talk that reckless. I saw the damn game. I saw Kobe and Mike. This shit. We gonna say that for another day though. But and another thing, to go back to the series real quick. If you see these games where Boston is when it's close towards the end, they have trouble closing. Like they playing great. They overachieving. They have a great coach. But how they closing the game? They not that
That's
ready.
They miss Kyrie.
Yeah, exactly what I was alluding to. But who brought them home yesterday? Who brought them home yesterday? Veteran Al Horford. Veteran Al Horford brought them home. Like, JR did some dickhead shit, pushed him in the air, did a real sucker move.
And he got mad,
and he got paid for it. And then Al Horford, he brought him home. He closed out the game.
Al Horford made him pay. So JR, that backfired. All that fake basketball goon stuff backfired, because you just sparked something in Al Horford and he scored 8 straight points and put the nail in the coffin. Now, Warriors, Rockets. I mean, I don't have no hope for the Rockets at all. Only point I want to make is CP3's overrated. I keep trying to tell y'all this. He doesn't help. You don't get worse adding CP3, but it's not going to make you better. It's not going to bring you over the top. CP3 can go to any team, and he's not going to make you over the top to be a championship team. He's just a very good point guard for this era.
Nah, CP3's not overrated. I mean, the Rockets just playing the like my man Dwight said, they playing the Avengers. There's nothing they can do about it. They playing the Monstars, and it's like, regardless, look at the game James Harden had, yo. Look at the game James Harden had. As a matter of fact, I don't think the Rockets lost all year when James Harden and Chris Paul scored over 20 together, if I'm not mistaken. And they got smoked. They got smoked by the Warriors. There's nothing they can do about it. And on top of that, Steph Curry had a game. Steph Curry didn't have a good game. It was Clay and Kevin Durant. KD went off.
Yeah.
KD went off. I hate to talk about him more positively now, because he's still my shit list from that little bitch move he did. But
Forever.
He was going off. He was matching James Harden. So it's like,
well, yeah, it's one-on-one every possession. You can't double team them. It's all those shooters. So it's just a drill. You know, he like one time with James Harden. I mean, James Harden could have at least tried to put a hand up, but really it was nothing James Harden could do. And he just came up and pulled a 3, and he don't even see the hands. So it's unfair. Unfortunately, you know.
But on top of that, the Warriors average 30 assists. You're not beating them that way. You're not beating them sitting there with that ISO shit. You're gonna, and then the top of that, the Rockets don't have that third player. You're gonna have to you need at least 3. At least 3 of them players to compete with the Warriors, and the Rockets don't have it. Clint Capella or Eric Gordon or Joe Green, they not fitting that third role. Clint Capella, like he's like he's not the same Capella as you've seen previously, at least defensively, because he's either guarding KD or Draymond Green. One's never at the basket. I mean, at the rim. The other one's facilitating the offense. So like, when does he have time to be a rim protector? And then if he's going KD, it's a mismatch.
Capella's a perfect example of when analytics are incomplete.
Yeah, drinking that Capella, but I forgot who was arguing with. I'm like, yo, who Clint Capella?
You know,
they trying to argue for him to get most improved player. I said, get the fuck out of here.
Well, he's like an analytic, in those realm of basketball people. You know, he just
high percentage shots.
Everything is off the charts.
It's a lob dunk. Of course, he shoots 58%. He's sitting there dunking the ball. He's 6'10", however he totally is, and he's athletic. He's athletic. He can jump. CP3 factor got CP3 factor.
He's just another guy on the team. So it's just like, this is where I think it backfires. You have two people pounding the ball now. Now I like it when James Harden did it last year as the one, and because he was either going to most of the time get you a bucket, or he's going to the foul line, or he was shooting to those 3-point shooters out there. As when Eric Gordon was eating, Trevor Ariza was eating, everybody was eating. Ryan Anderson was eating a little bit. Everybody was eating. Now you got two people pounding the ball. Chris Paul always looks like he's surveying the court, and the only reason why I put quotations, because it looked like he's surveying, but he ain't doing nothing.
Like last game was ridiculous. I was like, CP3, what are you doing, man? I came in front.
It's dribble with no purpose. So now you can't have two people that do that. So that's why I think with CP3 backfires in this. But unfortunately, they just have no hope. I just really have nothing to say about this series.
Like I said, I'm recanting those words. I'm going back and forth. And when LeBron get there next year, it'll be more competitive.
I do want to say, Draymond Green, I can't stand Draymond Green, man. He ain't shit, I swear. And Draymond Green, he just starts out that when he pushed James Harden. He was supposed to be tossed for that, man. Yeah. There was no point of that. And I don't know where he just gets to be able to just get this big, bad, tough guy attitude. And that whole little fake thing with Charles Barkley. Like, come on, Draymond. You know he's a TV personality. He's a Hall of Famer. He a OG big uncle in the basketball world. You can't be talking back to an elder like that, taking it all serious. Come on, Draymond Green.
I feel you on Draymond, but I think I agree with you on Draymond, but I just think he's great for that team. He plays his role to a T on that team.
I couldn't put great in front of anything Draymond do.
He's great for that team. I'm telling you, he helped that team out tremendously, man.
I wish I could get a one-game tryout. Give me a one-game tryout to be Draymond Green. I'm going to get 6 assists. I got Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and KD. I'm going to get 6 assists. Come on, man.
My bad, not to backtrack, since we already said like that series over. I had the Cavs in 6 to beat the Celtics. After game 1, I said Cavs in 7, and after game 2, I say Boston's winning the series. I think Boston's gonna win the series, man.
I still don't know.
I hate to switch it. I had Cavs going to the finals, but like I don't believe it no more. I don't. They have a chance, of course. They got LeBron, but I just don't. I just don't see it.
They got LeBron. They should win. So when you should win, to me, it's not Boston did what they were supposed to do technically, playoff wise. They won at home. If the Cavs come and win both games and put that pressure back on Boston, then I think the favor's in the Cavs. But the big thing, and I can't say it enough, is Brad Stevens. Yeah. Brad Stevens, and so I got high stock in him. And I think he knows he has to get one of these games in Cleveland. They get one of those games in Cleveland, and I can't see. I don't know. I just don't know. I can't, because they're not supposed to win. They're not. I don't want to believe this is how the King is going to go out.
The King.
Or the rookie Jason Tatum. The King can't. No. Nah. I just don't want to see it that way. So. Baseball, our Yankees is doing great.
Doing great. That's what kind of spurred this real quick. Yankees is off to a great start. All you Mets fans who was so hyped that was 12-1, and right now you traded Matt Harvey. DeGrom's a little hurt. Noah Syndergaard's getting tagged up. You can't hit the damn ball. You at the bottom of the barrel again. Hey, just stop and relax. Just stop and relax, man. Yankees, LE's first place. Regular. regular schedule program. And Severino's out there looking like an ace of the American League, the whole American League. Our Bash brothers is starting to come along. Like we all here, Didi's here.
My
Come on,
man.
Let's do this.
My fault.
Yeah, but this segment is about our personal favorite Yankees team. Our team from that dynasty, who's our favorite team.
Now again, I just want to reiterate my bad where the thought came from. If you are, my OG, my guy, one of the guys. I love black. We big into the black. That's the word I'm looking for.
Like excellence, not black excellence.
I fumbled, but yes. On ShadowLeague.com, Rob Parker has an article about this Yankee team. He believes it's going to be the greatest team of all time. Matter of fact, if you can, we're going to edit that little 10 seconds. You heard that when it pauses? I'm going to tell you what minute it's at, just because it was too long. But yeah, if you are going to Shadow League, we'll start it right here. If you go on the Shadow League and check out, Rob Parker has an article on there calling this Yankee group he thinks might be the greatest Yankee group of all time. So that's when we started to think about what was our personal favorite. I don't know if you want to kick it off.
I would kick it off. Yeah, I'm gonna kick it off. I want to slightly kind of disagree with Rob Parker on this one, just because I'm not too sure about this pitcher. I'm not too sure about this group of pitching right here. Like we got Severino, we got an old CC who's right now pitching great. He's painting them corners. But Sonny Gray, Montgomery's not back. Tanaka's like his ERA's a little high, so I'm not sure about our pitching. Our bullpen, woo-wee! Our bullpen is fine.
Our bullpen, oh my gosh.
Man. But like get back to the topic. My personal favorite Yankees team that from the dynasty is the '96 team. I started watching baseball. That's the year I started. It's a little personal. I started watching baseball in '96. Like I knew about a couple of things. I knew who Ken Griffey was, and I knew about homie with the eye that was on the Twins because they had won a championship in the early '90s. What's his name? Kirby Puckett.
Yeah, my man Kirby.
Yeah,
Puckett,
I know about a couple of players. I know about Frank Thomas because he had the baseball game, Big Hurt Baseball in Genesis. So I knew a couple of
chewing
things.
gum and all that.
So, but that '96 team was when I really started watching baseball. I kind of did it in '95 because my mom was just going crazy. Yankees was doing good, but that was the year of the strike. And that was Don Mattingly's last year. I don't know. Yeah, Don. See, of course, me being the historian that I am, now I know I'm full in depth about about Don Mattingly. But you couldn't tell me nothing about Tino Martinez. I didn't give a damn about Don Mattingly because we had Tino there at '96 at first base. But that team out there, like I said, that was the first year I started like really watching baseball hard body. I remember it because I used to when the Daily News had them joints, the machines, you put the 50 cent in and open it. I used to take like 4 newspapers instead of one. Then I pass them out in school, and then me and my man be reading the back and looking at all the stats. Who was on that team? Joe Girardi, Jim Leyritz. Jorge Posada was like kind of in it now, but he was there at the end. Like I said, Jeter's rookie year. Wade Boggs. Who was that second place?
Wade Boggs was my man.
Wade Boggs. Old man Boggs, I used to call him with that stash. Luis Soho at second base. Like I said, Tino at first. Bernie Williams at center field. Right field, we had Paul O'Neill, and that's the year we got my man Tim Raines. We had Tim Raines out in the left field. So that group, and on our bench, we had Charlie Hayes. In the middle of the year, we had got Cecil Fielder from the Tigers. We got Darryl in the middle of the year. Dwight Gunn had that was the year Dwight Gunn had the no hitter. Like that year, Joe Torre's first year.
Damn, that was a great year.
Yeah, we had a squad. John Wetland was our closer. My man John Wetland with the dirty hat. He's sitting here throwing gas. We had the young Mo Mariano's when that was in skinny, with bony skinny. I can't remember where he's from.
Panama.
He from skinny Panamanian with the big ears, throwing smoke. Sending my man John Weller throwing smoke. We had Jeff Nelson, Saddam. We had my man Graham Lloyd, the lefty. Who else we had in that bullpen?
Jeff Nelson was my man too.
Jeff Nelson, he used to hold it down. We had Ramiro Mendoza in the bullpen. Was John Stanton on the team? The lefty John Stanton? I can't remember, but that he was part of the dynasty. But I'm not remembering. But like I said, we had Charlie Hayes on the bench. Who else he's coming for us?
My man Charlie Hayes.
Yeah, Charlie Hayes. Yeah, Charlie Hayes, the last out of the World Series, when he won the cross and all that. And that year, so we had a couple of, it was the start of the dynasty, it was the start of Dieter's career, Joe Torre's tenure, whoa, I just forgot about David Cone and Andy Pettitte. What the hell am I doing? David Cone, Andy Pettitte, who else was our starters at the time? Jimmy Key, the lefty, Kenny Rogers is Kenny Rogers kind of bummed up there, but hey man, he was on the squad too. He was there though. But yeah, that was our squad, man. David Cone, man, my man Coney, young Andy Pettitte. I thought Andy should have got. I remember his record. It was like 20 or 21, and he lost 8 games. I thought he was gonna get Cy Young, but he didn't. But it's all good though, because he got a chip that year.
There was a lot of that pitch. That was like a golden age pitching at that time.
For real, man. That's when that year we played in the World Series. Greg Maddux, Tom Glavine, and I missed some more. And John Smoltz. He was oh my gosh. If he would have won, if they would have won the World Series, he would have got MVP that year. But they had the memorable game in Yankee Stadium when Dieter hit the home run. The fan stuck his glove out and caught the home run. We would take that all day. I forgot we beat on the next round. Then we got the.
They ain't had a rule at that time,
yeah,
so
it worked no replay. That was all that.
As
a matter of fact, I remember the Yankees gave the kid tickets for the next game. Sat behind home plate and all that.
He was all over TV and everything.
Everywhere, man. Probably Good Morning America. All that. And then the World Series, man. We like I said, we went into the Monsters, the Braves. They had won the year before, and they like I said, they had them pitchers. They had the young Andrew Jones, Fred Crime Dog McGriff. Who else? I hated these people. Marquise Grissom, Ryan Klesko, a couple of dudes, but like they won the first 2 games, and then that good old game 3 happened. No, my fault. That's game. Was it game 4? No, game 3 we won, but game 4 we was down, and then we started coming back, and then I forgot what inning it was. I can't remember, but my man Jimmy Larris, baby, hit that home run. Boom, tied it up. Boom! I forgot we won the extra innings, brought it back to New York, closed it up. We won 4 straight.
8? Was it 8 or 7? All right, my bad.
I don't remember, but shit, I'm getting all hyped and I'm getting goosebumps right now thinking about it. I was 11 years old, so like back when like sports in childhood, that's when I like personal like you can't tell me nothing about Patrick Ewing or Mark Messier or Derek, nothing about them teams, and then that's my childhood. So. I'm getting hyped thinking about it right now, and then like the final the pop up, Charlie Hayes scored the rental course. They made the mound at the top of the fucking mound. My man Polo Name came over, tumbled over, and rolled over. Wade Boggs was scared of horses, but that day he rode the horse around Yankee Stadium. And that's so like that year.
Golden age.
Yeah, man. That year, my first year watching baseball, Jeter rookie year, and set off the dynasty. So I'm going with that, man. That's my favorite squad, and we had the pitch in the match I hit, and so I'm not sure if it was our best team, but definitely my favorite though. Definitely my favorite right there.
Now, yeah, my favorite World Series was 2000 just because of the subway. But my favorite team, I was going back and forth with 98 and 2009. Now, 2009, we beat the Phillies in 6 games. That was Jeter, A-Rod, Mark Teixeira, that was C.C. Pettit was at the tail end of that. Nick Swisher, that was my guy. Jorge Posada, that was a young Brett Gardner. But 98 was my favorite team, and I'm going to tell you why at the end. Because, I'm going to start out with Bernie Williams. Now, real quick, you know what's so funny about Bernie Williams, man? I remember the first time I heard Bernie Williams talk.
I could not believe it, yo. I was like,
it was after a game. Now, I guess you get what I'm saying. To further explain, his name is Bernie Williams. At the time, I'm thinking it's a black dude.
Look black.
And then he talked and he had the heaviest Spanish accent. At that time, I must have heard, even though I lived in the Bronx. And so, but Bernie Williams, you know what I'm saying? Young Jeter, Paul O'Neill, Tino Martinez, Joe Girardi, Jorge Posada, Chuck Knobloch, that was my man. David Cone, Darryl Strawberry. I had a soft spot for Darryl Strawberry. David Wells, that was my dog too. Andy Pettitte, Sandman, Mario. At that time, that's when he was really catching stride to being the closer. But my guy who was the MVP of that, and we won the most. We had the most wins. But my guy, Scott Brocious.
Scotty Brocious, man.
Scott Brocious, who was my favorite Yankee, won the MVP. And at that time, I was in Little League, the Harlem Little League. Shout out to Harlem Little League, still going strong. And I was at third base, the hot corner. So that was my guy. Nobody on my team didn't understand why that was my guy. But he was at the hot corner too, and he won the MVP. So for me personally, that was my favorite Yankee team.
And I could attest to this because freshman year, like, of course, we know we was just real hardcore sports dudes in the crew. So he had the Yankee tickets. So, we was on him. We went to the Yankee game. I kid you not, he was giving Scott Brocious standing ovations throughout the whole entire game, yo. The whole game.
My God. Now, we're going to get into this sports politics real quick. And I have a personal feeling about championships. They're not as big of a deal as we think. You hear that background. That's New York City all day. And I just have a different view on championships, and I think that's what's kind of saltied the game, especially in the NBA lately, of this whole chasing championships. Now, let's use KD as an example. Well, first of all, this is why I don't believe. To win a championship, you have to be extremely lucky. You need luck on your side. Now, you need luck on your side in various ways. First off, you have to be healthy. And, injuries, you just can't do nothing about that. So, you have to be healthy. Two, there's usually always a lucky play. From Tom Brady, from the tuck rule, to Edelman's catch, to LeBron having Ray Allen hit the three from a long rebound, and two from Kawhi Leonard and Ginobili missing free throws, two people who don't do that, to Draymond Green getting suspended, even though I don't fully believe that's why the Cavs won. But you need forms of luck to win championships, so you can't always control that. Now, two, let's say you have a person like Kevin Durant, we're going to use for example. Well, matter of fact, I'll let you rebuttal that what you feel apart is the luck.
Well, like, of course, I feel you with that when it comes.
Especially you, damn sure know about some luck to win a championship with the Giants.
Yeah, well,
and Eli Manning.
You can go through every single, damn near every Super Bowl and find some luck to play off. Play off from. Yeah. But like, I feel you when it comes to that in football, because it's a 1 game elimination. But basketball, even that when Ray Allen hit that three, they still had to come back for Game 7. So it's like, I'm not sure if it's because of luck in the NBA. You got to win the series, but there's some lucky things that happen. Of course, there's lucky things that happen, but I think, of course, championships matter. Championships matter. The reason why the NBA is like the way it is right now.
I mean, even down to, not to cut you off, I'm sorry. Even down to like what we was talking about when Jeter hit the home run. Yeah. And the guy that's a form of luck.
Yeah.
You need saying that was huge.
Yeah,
that was huge for the momentum. So I think you just need forms of luck to win a championship. Now, why I don't rate it also so high now is you have the Kevin Durants and the LeBrons, right? Now, before Kevin Durant and LeBron, we never questioned it. We never had anything negative to say about a person winning a championship. For Kevin Durant and LeBron's rest of their legacy, it will always be 50-50. It will always be split. It will always be people saying, they're greats. Then there'll always be people saying they took the corny way out. They took the easiest way out possible.
That don't take away from they did, but they was great players regardless. So what we're saying, Kevin Durant,
but that's my point. Great. But that's my point. They were great players regardless. So all right, Kevin Durant winning a championship. Did he go any higher or lower in your all-time list? Did he move at all?
Not with this chip. Well, he got his chip though. Like he got his stamp though. Like he stamped. Like he
but
got
did that
chip.
Stamp?
That's not gonna. Did
it put him in your top 5? I mean, he might have been in my top 10, top 15, regardless.
I think when it's all said and done, Kevin Durant is gonna be a top 10 player.
I don't think he needed to go to the Warriors to do that, though.
No, he didn't need to go to the Warriors to do that. No, I
so now, if anything, you put a negative thing in your sauce now. Now we have, it would have been all, we would have said maybe y'all got a chip, but we really don't hold that too hard against the Charles Barkleys and the Patrick Ewings.
But we got we don't we can't hold that. But we got to talk about it in the context though. We can't sit there. If Kevin Durant and the Warriors wound up getting 6 championships the way they did, how they did it, we got to talk about it in the right context because he could end up with more points than Michael Jordan. He could end up with
But what we always gonna say? What we gonna say though?
Exactly. We gonna talk about it in the context. He did a bitch move. He went to that team, and that's why he got 0-6. And we'll still say he lost him when he's 6-1 or 5-1.
But we ain't gonna respect it.
Nah, exactly.
Kevin Durant can get 10 championships right now, and I won't respect it.
But it doesn't mean championships are not important.
So it doesn't. It in their cases, it's hurting their legacy. I respect the hell out of the Cleveland championship. The Miami ones, they will always be. But we'll never let him ride. We never did that with champions before that.
But he did that for him though. It won't matter what we think. It matters to him. It's a thing that he wanted to do. He said, "Yo, I need a chip." It's something that he wanted to do.
But for legacy,
I got my chips though. That he got what he wanted. But for legacy, yeah, absolutely right. But I'm not sure if he cares about that.
Now, this is why I really say championships don't matter too much. Because, like I said just now, with those two players, they got their championships, but they put a negative taint in their championships that champions never had. We never questioned any championship before them about how they got their championship. Now, the other part about it is, and why it just doesn't matter to me, like I said, you need luck. Take Allen Iverson. Who you think has more respect? Who is more beloved? Allen Iverson in Philly or LeBron James in Miami?
Oh, hands down, Iverson in Philly. It's not even a question.
So it don't even matter.
LeBron was only in Miami for 4 years.
So all these championships. Now I won't say Cleveland because he's from Cleveland, but let's pick another star player. Who got some championships? Who got some? I take Tim Duncan in San Antonio over anybody against AI. Nobody has more respect than AI. Nobody's did more culturally for the game than AI. Nobody's looked up to at a higher standard than AI. It's really AI Michael Jordan as far as respect factor from NBA players, from fans, and he has no championships. But we understand the degree of difficulty it was for AI and what he went up against.
But peep this though, listen to my personal. I'm not sure if I'll be able to explain this, but I think Dwayne Wade is the third best shooting guard in NBA history. If they want to throw AI in the category of shooting guard, I think AI is fourth. AI has no rings. D-Wade has 3. D-Wade has 3. Mm-hmm. I don't think that because Wade's 3 rings is the reason why he's the better player. Mm-hmm. But I just simply said he's bigger. That was my hopefully the only reason why I put Wade over AI. AI had 1 ring. Mm-hmm. If AI had 1 ring, just one, I wouldn't say that. I would say AI is the better player.
But we got to put it in the context. AI played against Shaq and Kobe. You're not getting a ring. You're not.
But that's the only time he made it. Unfortunately, that's the only time he made it.
That's that whole era. Either that or,
But it's not like he didn't play any more finals. That was just one final.
No,
that
I'm
was
just saying.
Eastern Conference Finals and all that.
I'm saying if he ever went there, that's who he'd have had to face.
Yeah.
So he was never going to get a ring. Just like people in the Jordan era. You was never going to get a ring. You wasn't beating Michael Jordan. And they wasn't going to beat those teams in the West. But we still hold him at this, alpha basketball player, summa cum laude.
Because he is. He is that.
So that's why to me, championships.
It does matter, though, because AI, I would think AI would be even held in even higher regard if he held the shit.
It can't get no higher. The only thing will get higher is Jordan.
Nah.
It's Jordan Allen Iverson. It's Jordan Allen Iverson. As far as just respect from basketball players, fans, anything. It's Jordan. If every player went to every city right now and sat front row and they did the ovation, Allen Iverson will get the highest ovation minus Michael Jordan than any basketball player ever, with no championships.
That's true. That's absolutely true.
And one last thing, and then my bad, I'm wrapping up. You say whatever you want to say. Again, sometimes it's about, do you want a ring or do you want a statue? Kevin Durant will have rings. Russell Westbrook will have a statue in front of OKC if he stays there. A lot of people got rings. Not a lot of people got statues.
But Russell Westbrook definitely want that ring. I think rings.
Yeah, we definitely want rings.
I think rings separate the all time greats. I think when you want to separate the all time greats, I think that the rings playing a factor. But I don't think it playing every single factor. I think Karl Malone is still better than KG. I think he's still the better basketball player.
Just for the record.
Yeah, I understand that, but I don't think the rings are the end all be all, but they matter. That's why the NBA is like the way it is now. They sitting there teaming up to sit there and trying to get these rings. They trying to get, even though it's a sucker move, they trying to get it the easiest way possible. They doing it to accumulate and get these rings and add to their legacy. And you know what I'm saying?
And now look, they hurting their legacy. It's backfiring.
It is backfiring, but hey.
All right, so
that's for them rings though.
You know, we got some more Eastern and Western Conference Finals games tonight, man. We got to go get to that.
At the over. I know I did.
Hey, man. Appreciate the hell out of y'all, man. Like the great Jimmy V say, man, don't give up. Don't ever give up. I was at this Kansas game, by the way. I was here. They beat, I believe, Kansas State, Michael Beasley. Played.
He went off that game.
Yeah. But like the great Jimmy V say, don't give up. Don't ever give up. Love, my brother.
God, you already know.
Peace.